The notion that schools are primarily funded based off of property taxes and that this results in large racial disparities in the quality of schooling is a common one, which is surprising given that it hasn't really been that way since about 1960. Here I'm showing you a chart which shows the sources of funding for public schools in the United States from 1890 to 2010. Obviously, we're missing the most recent 11 years of data here, but the trends haven't really changed. The yellow area on the chart is local funding, the green area is state funding, and the blue area is federal/unassigned, which would refer to things like philanthropic grants from people like Bill Gates. And so while it's true that the local funding, the yellow area, goes to the schools where those property taxes are being paid, the state and federal funding is a lot more discretionary, and it ends up being funneled towards the underprivileged students in order to even out the playing field. And this has been happening for a long time. I'm sure some of you are familiar with Title IX, but what I wanted to know is who here is familiar with Title I? The OG title. Title I is not a civil rights law, but rather a federally funded program designed to help students who need extra support in school. Funds are given to each school district dependent upon the number of low-income families in the district. It was implemented in 1965 by Lyndon B. Johnson. The state funding, which comes from income taxes, sales tax, and other fees, also tends to be funneled towards the students in need in order to make sure that all schools are providing an adequate education. This is demonstrated quite clearly in a 2019 study titled Pathways to Inequality Between District Segregation and Racial Disparities in School District Expenditures, which found that on average across the entirety of the United States, Black students receive $229 more per student than white students, and Latino students receive $126 more per student on average. I'm sure that's a bit surprising for most people, so I'll say it again. Black and Latino students receive more funding than white students in the United States of America. Something I find particularly interesting about this is that, of course, income tax will make up a big part of that on both the state and federal level. And since white people have higher incomes on average than black people, that would mean that white people are paying more into the public education funding than they're getting out, while the Black and Latinos are getting out more than they're putting in. And what's especially illuminating about this is that I would submit to you that if you were to survey white people and ask them how they feel about that, they would tell you that they're happy about it, that they think that that money should go where it is needed in order to provide equal opportunities for everyone. So just to recap the funding scenario, you have money being taken from white people, given to students of color, and the white people, as I've noted, are mostly happy to help. And then you have progressives like Vosh looking at this system and saying, this is racist against the Black and Latino people. This is the whole system is racist.